I reminisce. Yeah. Welcome to Keep It 100 Sports. I'm here. This is your host Tyreek Wilson. I'm here with Miles Bellinger and Kobe Kelly. Um, how y'all doing? How was your weekend, fellas?
Short.
Man,
Short.
never long enough.
Yep.
True.
I hear it. So we'll get right into it. This past Thursday, as everyone knows, is NBA draft, and so some teams had some good and bad drafts. The Celtics disappointed a few people. Some people that can look into it a different way, seeing the usefulness that Jaylen Brown could bring to our team, but we won't get into that. I kind of want to touch both Miles and Kobe. Let's kind of go over teams that had a good draft that you feel and a bad draft. So I'll start with Miles.
The good draft, trade wise, I'll say the Thunder. I think that was a huge move, getting Victor Oladipo as a bonus and get rid of Ibaka. That brings the complementary scoring that Durant and Westbrook, if Durant decides to stay there. It gives him another big man. I think Sabonis, if he plays as well as his dad could have when he was in the league, I think him and Steven Adams next to each other is huge, especially out in the West. The Pacers, especially making that trade for Jeff Teague, and I want to say I don't know who else they drafted off the top of my head like that, but I'm gonna say as far as those two wins, I'm gonna go with the Pacers and the Thunder right now. And the losers, I'm just gonna say the Celtics.
That's
They
not
did.
true.
I'll get into it later.
That's not
They
true.
didn't lose. Like, all right, Kobe, how you feeling?
I mean,
Good drafts. Good
the
drafts.
the it's definitely the Thunder and the Pacers made a great. Those are really great moves. So I agree with Miles on those points. Just to touch real quick on a bad move, I would definitely say the Bucks, because that Thon Maker move at the top move, it's so risky.
Bro,
It is so
you
risky.
seen the video? That man got potential to be something. Like you got, it's risky, but at the same time, like he has intangibles.
My thing is, when you actually watch the highlights and the videos,
Yeah.
the tallest person he's going up against is like 6'2". That man is like this.
Kobe,
this
the
is
man,
so-
7'1". He's gonna make
I
anybody
know,
look small.
but it's not like he's fighting. He's like going against people that are like top talent. This man's going against people who are just so. It's just that's so. It was a number 10 pick they got him or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, but
That move is crazy.
all right, as well, like you said, we'll get into it a little bit more. But as you
Yeah.
know, this draft was weak, bro. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This draft is full of role players and
Yeah.
and potential whatever you want to call it. Granted, we don't know how it's gonna be down the road. No one knows. Like you said,
Yeah.
you can look at players like Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler. Like they didn't expect
Yeah.
them to be who they were. But at the same time, if you look at it in the way the Bucks are made up, Don Maker fits. He's tall. He has those like Antetokounmpo type skills from, like I said, from what I saw. I never seen him play, but the videos I've seen, he has those Antetokounmpo type skills that adds to the team. And you you throw him on the team with Antetokounmpo and a couple of other players. They're a tall team.
They're
lengthy.
definitely huge.
Yeah.
That team.
and they
is
like I said, it's
ridiculous.
just like I said, his height, regardless of his height, his abilities, like he just looked like he fits that team. They need to make that move. They wouldn't have got him any other way or got a player like him any other way.
Oh, one more point I wanted to do. Not to cut you off. This is what I saw. I fell asleep during the second round, so I didn't watch the second round. I fell asleep after I saw the Celtics do the picks that they made. I think Georges Niang is such a great pick for the Pacers.
George, yeah.
If he pans out like he did in college, that's between Teague, Paul George, and Niang. I think that's one of the best 1-2-3 combos.
Honestly, I look at Niang, and when I was watching, I was like talking to my pops because Niang has a connection with Wade Selden, who's like you said, Roxbury kid. They both played in the same AAU team, so I seen George Niang when they were back at Tilton. So basically, long story short, my dad always liked him, so he's like, "Yo, that's a good pickup for him," and I thought so as well because I wouldn't want to jump Boris Diaw. You know what I'm saying? You know how he fits that role
More
with
athletic.
Yeah.
the Spurs. That type of guy off the bench that brings a little bit of everything. That's what I think George should bring. So like I said, I agree on that point. He just like you said, he can bring a lot to a team. Me personally, I'm gonna go a whole different direction because you all talked about some of the other teams that had good drafts. The Denver Nuggets had a good draft.
I
Yeah.
was
Jamal
looking at them.
Murray,
I was looking
they,
at them. Yeah,
yeah, you know
they
what I'm
did.
saying. Jamal Murray can really complement Moutier. Granted, he didn't have the greatest rookie season that he wanted to have, but I think
Wasn't bad. That
Jamar.
wasn't not bad though.
They got Malik Beasley.
Yep.
So I mean,
Hmm.
these are dudes. You know what I'm saying? Not you know, it's like earth shattering guys that are just gonna turn the team around, but they help build and help push them towards the direction they want to go towards. I mean, I just this.
I mean, I think there was little moves I like. I mean, I like. I think the Pelicans only had one pick, but I like Buddy Hill going to the Pelicans. I like that move.
Yo,
I
that.
think I think it's really good.
Yeah, Buddy Hill, because like I said, I didn't want
Yo,
to me like
I'm gonna say it right now.
yeah.
It's gonna be a mistake that Danny Ainge didn't pull the trigger and grab Buddy because he had already,
Really?
he had already lost out on Dunn. I think he should have took Dunn.
Yeah,
I
no,
think he should have took Dunn.
but
But since he didn't take
Dunn's the
Dunn,
homie.
I would have thought you needed a score. Point blank,
Yeah.
you needed a score. Buddy Hield, I think, can give you that. So
Bro,
the
I
fact
feel
that
like everyone. Alright, I'm not sitting here. Buddy scores. Buddy balls. Buddy's so one dimensional, man. Yo, like, I'm like
I
he's
think
so
so.
one dimensional. Like I understand Buddy's really good. Like I said, I got boys that like, yo, y'all messed up. Y'all should have took Buddy Hill or Chris Dunn. It's like we're not even getting Chris Dunn because they definitely should have took Chris Dunn. But it's like Buddy Hill's so one dimensional. I understand that he can score,
Okay, put
but
it this way.
he's not what we need as a team to make
if-
our team that much better. The Celtics.
out of the three
let's
that
speak
you
for the
had
Celtics.
available, Jalen Brown, Chris Dunn, and Buddy Hield, best believe for me, the last person I would have picked out of that three is Jalen Brown.
But you gotta think, cause for I don't know, we are Boston based, but the three was our worst position probably.
I
I
get
mean, we had Jay
that.
Crowder and Evan Turner played the three, but he was a point guard three. Like he does both. So I mean, we did need a small forward. We definitely needed one.
But I just didn't think that was the small forward we needed. Put it that way.
Understood. But the thing is, a lot of analysts are saying it's a good. They like the
but
move.
Cause
We did.
he, all right, we'll just get right. We'll get into it. Transition to that. The Jalen Brown's fit with the Celtics. I mean, like I said, as I mentioned before, a lot of people were disappointed with our pick of Jalen Brown. Some people were not because they look at it in a different way. I'm on the side of, like I said, I was the one. I wanted Chris Dunn or Jalen Brown. I particularly wanted Chris Dunn, like a lot of folk, but I'm okay with Jalen Brown because I'm looking deeper into it. He has the tools to be the guy. Like he has the body, wingspan, athleticism.
I'm not
Like,
upset at the actual pick. I'm upset
Yeah.
at the number pick that we got him at. If we had got Jalen,
Yeah.
if we had like the 10th pick and we picked Jalen Brown, I'm all for that. I just feel like at where we took him, I know we didn't have a pick until 16th. I just feel like at the number 3 pick, you just have to go best overall player and worry about that 3-man later.
I mean, I understand. I get it. I
the
understand.
draft is so weak. It's like, yo, the draft is weak. Like honestly, outside of the names that we like the Ben Simmons, Ingram, Chris Dunn, Jalen Brown,
Buddy.
Buddy, you don't know. Name you don't. No one knows. You know what I'm saying? Who was the 12th pick? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're like no
Torian
one knows. Like,
Prince.
you just,
The only
yeah,
reason why I
like
know
dude,
this
this
because I'm
draft is
looking
so
at it right
weak.
now.
So when like I said, when people that say, "Oh, you know what I'm saying? Why there?" Where else? Like where? What? Who else is gonna suffice for that? What he's,
No,
what he's
I
solely
get
supposed
that.
to bring us?
Like I said, if it was anywhere other than the number 3 spot, overall, I'm not upset that he picked him.
Yeah,
It hurts me the fact that we had to get him a number 3. That's it.
true.
Well, I
said-
do. Oh yeah. So
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I want to say I do have to say, even though we don't know a lot about this guy, it's more based on hype than it is actual. I guess you could say talent.
Who are you
I do
referring
like the Dragon Bender. No, look, I have to say, I like what the Suns did. They went and got that guy.
Average 5
I know.
points.
Trust me, I understand.
Kobe, You can go to Europe right now. You average more than 5 points a game. Come on. You average 5 points a game. Like, come on, 5 points.
No,
5 points a
no,
game.
but I'm saying it's not. It's more based on hype. But for them to
Yeah.
grab that guy to see what he can do, and then grab who's the guy they traded up? They traded up
Marquise
for another
Chris. Marquise Chris.
Marquis Chris. Then they grabbed Tyler Eulis
No,
in
no.
the
Yo,
second round
I
too.
like that. I like that pick.
It's-
To
I-
pair
I
him
like
with
the move
Booker,
they
I like
did.
that.
Yeah.
But my
Well,
thing is,
sorry,
they
Gus.
got Tyler Eulis, and they definitely have mad guards. Like
Yeah, they do.
Archie Goodwin,
guard
Brandon
heavy.
Knight, like they got mad guards. So I don't know what Tyler Eulis is gonna fit, but they may. I think they know Archie Goodwin. I think they.
But
may give up on
we
that.
know that the Suns like to trade their guards, so like.
True.
Don't be
By the way,
surprised
thank
if
you.
Brandon Knight's out the door again. I'm just throwing that out there. He might
I
be.
mean, but an article came out recently that said, "Oh, we haven't seen the real Brandon Knight."
Yes, we have. We saw the real Brandon Knight getting his ankles
Like, we
broken
haven't
and
seen-
getting the
come
ball
on,
jammed
come on.
down his throat. We've seen the real Brandon Knight.
We haven't seen the real Brandon Knight. Well, he has career seasons, but we still have yet to see the real Brandon
I
Knight.
mean, might be true, but he's always. I
He's
mean, Brandon Knight
created
can ball.
opposing
Balls.
highlights for the opposing player for like
Oh,
years
man.
and
This
years.
guy.
All right.
The-
That's
Like,
what he's known for, just like Sean Bradley. All right, he's known for getting banged on.
Sean Bradley
boy
did his
can
thing,
ball.
though.
Look, moving on. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. All right, let's So we talked about the good drafts. Let's go right here. Flip the script 180. Bad drafts. Who had a bad draft?
Besides the Celtics, just talk about somebody.
They
besides
didn't
the
have a
Celtics.
bad.
It was not a bad draft.
All right, we started with Miles, so let's go. I'll start with Kobe this time. Who you feel had a bad draft?
Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the move that the Bucks did by getting Thon Maker, at least that early. I'm not a big fan of that. The Kings,
I was looking at.
my man, if no one saw that, my man DeMarcus Cousins, he
My man
sent a
Matt.
tweet out saying he's gonna
Supposedly
play
that
on
wasn't
it.
relevant. Supposedly that wasn't related though. But we all
It
know how
wasn't
that goes.
related?
We know how that goes. We know how that
All
goes.
right, it wasn't related.
Right. So,
All right.
ladies and gentlemen, he says not related. That tweet was related. The
For
draft
y'all
was-
that don't know, after the pick of the center, his name does not cross my mind. That's how weak the draft was. After they drafted the center again, DeMarcus Cousins tweeted, "Lord, give me strength." Like, all right,
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that the Kings and I gotta say also the I don't know if anyone else is gonna say, but the Magic trading for Serge Ibaka,
Yo,
throwing out Oladipo and
Yo,
Silva.
Oladipo, he was your only bright spot because you lost Tobias Harris. Alfred Payton, he did okay. He didn't.
He has his
He
movement.
didn't,
I'm a-
stand
yeah,
out.
he's a good player.
He didn't stand out like I thought he would, or people thought he would. But Oladipo was like flat out him and Aaron Gordon, if you want to throw him in there. He was your only bright spot. He was like your legit only go-to scorer, the guy you could depend on. You just flat out traded this man
Yeah.
to get Ibaka. What?
no, I mean, I'm not bringing no sense to how they shouldn't. Oladipo's their only real bright spot. Alfred Payton,
right
he's
now, Serge Ibaka is on his he is the star of that team right now.
yeah.
So that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
a
mean
problem.
it is a problem, but I'm saying stuff's coming out now that KD didn't really care. Like this KD came out and said like basically long story short, okay.
Okay, well,
They
since you
they
brought
traded
up,
him,
Okay,
okay.
so since you brought up KD,
Yeah.
do you think that move keeps KD from going anywhere?
The way Tariq said it, like this man didn't really care about. They said
I'm
Ibaka was
talking
tired of
about
being
with them getting
OKC.
Oladipo. Forget Ibaka. I'm talking about. Do you
Oh.
think that with the Thunder landing Oladipo, do you think that somewhat sways Kevin Durant's decision, if he even was to decide to leave the Thunder? Do you think that might have pulled him back and say, "Wow, okay, hey, we got another score that we needed. Maybe I'll give it one more year."
Yes. Okay. I just cut it short with it. Yes. I mean, I just feel like because KD, he needed a reason to come back, and he needed a reason for the organization to feel like, yo, we were this. They were think about it again. They were this close to making it to the finals.
Yeah.
It's close to getting him that ring. You know what I'm saying? So they needed to make a
The
move to be
Thunder
like, yo, KD, we need you
I know
here.
I'm
And
going
they
off
did it.
topic,
So.
but they disappoint me so much.
All
I
right,
want to jump on
we're
that.
going
I
off
really-
topic.
That's another
we can
topic.
talk about
That's
the
another
Thunder for the whole
topic.
podcast.
But
We can
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
yeah,
they should have at least had 2 rings by now.
True. But, all right. Bad draft, Miles. Who had a bad draft?
Honestly, it's hard to say because this draft was so weak. I'm sitting there looking at it. I don't think nobody had a horrible draft. Put it that way. I don't think there's one team that really stands out to me. I think I don't know how I feel with the Denzel Valentine pick with Chicago. I don't. Just because besides Michigan State, I mean besides Draymond Green out of Michigan State, you really haven't seen them players that leave Michigan State translate into the league. Like where's Gary Harris at?
No, I mean,
He had a decent season.
yeah,
last
it's
year.
Yeah,
okay. He's
but
been
I
not
just-
thought he was
Like
doing.
you
I just
can't.
don't feel
he
like
was
they
he
really
expected to do
been-
more, but he had a decent season last year.
I just don't feel like they really
They produce
translated their
players like
college,
that, you
right? They haven't translated their
What
college game
happened
into
to
the league.
Trice? Remember Trice?
Yes,
The
that's enough. Yo, what happened to Adrian Payne?
All right. Yep. All right. So I mean, like I said, I don't know about Valentine. They talking about he has knee issues. He said he doesn't have knee issues. That's one of those wait and see type things. On the Bulls, they're rebuilding. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. For me, like, I was just looking at who had a bad draft. Like I said, the draft is so weak, so a lot of teams you really don't know. The Hawks was on my list. You trade Jeff Teague. Granted, Schroeder's there. You trade Jeff Teague. I would say one of the top 15. I can't throw him in the top 15 guards in the league.
I would say that's accurate.
Yeah, say top 15 guards in the league. You trade him for a tough pick, and then you draft what's homie's name, Tareem Price.
Torian Price, yeah.
Yeah, to kind of to fill in that Damari Carroll. And I mean,
But their first pick should have been a point guard. They should have
but I mean they're rocking out with Schroeder. So I mean, I guess they're like, yo, they're giving the keys to Schroeder. We all seen how inconsistent Schroeder could be in the series.
and that's
with
why
us.
he should stay as a backup.
Yeah, and so it's like that's why I'm saying they had a bad draft. Like, so you're giving the keys to Schroeder, who's inconsistent. You drafted this new dude who you expect to come in and be whatever for you, and then you have Al Horford in free agency. Paul Millsap's in free agency too, right? Is Paul Millsap in free agency?
I don't think so.
I think so.
Okay, well, I mean, Al Horford's in free agency, so you want Al Horford to come back
And that's the pick
with
you made.
this? Like,
that's
you
the
should,
pick you made.
like, you want Al Horford to come back to you with this? Like, that's not. They had a bad draft. They kind of ruined their team. You know what I'm saying? Granted, they weren't going far with that roster. They needed a star, but they went backwards.
I just didn't think that was the route they needed to take.
Yeah, they just went backwards. Yeah. Yeah. So, Miles, how we doing on time? Time check.
A couple minutes.
Okay. All right. So one thing we want to start doing, one of our segments. We're gonna do, like I said, the last 5 or so minutes of our podcast. We're gonna call it the final drive. We're just kind of gonna go over anything top of our head. These final minutes that just we didn't get to cover during the podcast that just was hot in the NBA. Some news that just what I'm saying that needs to be talked about. So I start with Kobe. I feel like he's about to aggravate me with this news. So I want to get this out the way. What's your news, Kobe? What's your news? I'm listening.
Now, for those that do not know, this man, Tyreek Wilson, is a very, very, very big D Rose fan. And that boy just got traded to the Knicks. I mean, now, I'm not going to get on D Rose where I usually do. And
You don't need
those
to.
that-
His
Yeah, I
career
won't
speaks
get
for
into it.
himself. Stats wise, you cannot get on.
Anyways,
Rose.
The games that he has played, yes, you can't get on.
Yes.
All right, now go ahead.
Now, D Rose, one thing I'm going to say, I'm not gonna beat him down right now, but for people that did watch his press conference, I didn't watch all of it. I watched some of it. It was pretty depressing. My man said he thanks the Bulls for trading him. I know that man's hurt right now. He leaving his hometown. The
My
boy's hurt.
guy wanted
But
to
you
make
know
sure he
what? That
said
might, you
thank
know
you.
what? I think that might be good for him. I
Yeah.
He
think,
wanted to make sure he
I
told him
think,
thank
I think
you.
that might be
Thank
good
you
for
for
him that
trading
he
him.
gets out of Chicago. He starts a brand new slate.
Yeah, it was trying to reset their career, and like I say he's going to a pretty good spot. I mean, you got Porzingis, you got Melo. It's decent. It's probably better than what the Bulls have right now. It is probably better, but it,
But it all depends. It all depends. The Knicks go as far as how Melo plays. So if Melo's gonna be stuck in his ways,
yeah.
Bro,
if
I'm
Melo's
gonna
gonna be
say it.
stuck in his ways, he needs to let that ego go. And look, Derrick Rose is it. That's your point guard. You need to let him dictate that offense.
Man, there are talks that they taking the reins from Melo. They giving it to Porzingis. They taking
I
they trying
mean,
to take the
yeah.
reins from Melo and give it to Porzingis.
Well, you know
Which I
what?
don't know if it's good or
After the rookie
bad.
year that he had, I don't blame him for doing that. Because
I don't know.
if he plays like he did last year, that boy's gonna be a problem for years to come.
Yeah.
True, but I just don't. I don't want them that 1 year all of a sudden say, he's gonna be he's our star. Just let him do all this stuff. Let him ease into it still. Let
Pretty
him
much, you don't want him to be
continue.
like another Devin McCourty when he came in as his rookie year as a corner.
Yeah, they have that sophomore slump, and
Yeah,
you're like, what's
yeah,
going on with Porzingis?
yeah.
Like, let the man get into his. Let him do his thing. Carmelo's still gonna be the guy there. D Rose is gonna be a great secondary help. They said Joakim Noah. They're trying to bring him over there
That would be
with the
cool.
Knicks.
Now, if he ended
Physical
up getting
with
Joe
D
Kim,
Rose.
that'd be a
If
nice
he's the
little-
Noah old, if he's not this broke
Yes.
down Noah that gives you
Yeah.
like whatever 2 points a game, like
Yeah.
But
Noah
you can say
old.
the same thing for Rose in that matter too.
Y'all didn't stop being
I'm
disrespectful.
I'm just saying. Look,
Y'all didn't stop being disrespectful.
I'm
All right,
my
guy.
I'm gonna get to my take. Put it that way. I'm gonna get to mine.
I can say one more thing. Can I say
Go
one more
ahead.
thing
Go
for
ahead.
you?
Go ahead.
This is the first off season my guy's had to work on his game
man.
since before he got the MVP. He said it in his press conference. This is the first off season I've had to work on my game since the MVP season
I
because
got-
of the
I got-
injury.
I got one question.
So what does that say?
I got
You
one
about to come
question.
back a problem.
So,
You about to come back
and
a
no,
problem.
all those games that he missed while he was rehabbing, he couldn't work on that game.
Miles,
then,
he's
too?
doing rehab. All right. What shall I take? What's your final drive moment?
Look,
Let's go.
I'm gonna stick on the draft, but the couple things that really like stood out to me, I think the Clippers got a nice pick at 25
Yes.
with Bryce Johnson. I think
Yes.
that's a great pick for them. I think the Celtics had a better second round than they did the first round, and I like the picks that they made then with Demetrius Jackson and Ben Till.
I rock with him.
I still think I watched Ben Till when he was here at Providence. I still think he should have stayed one more year. That's just me, and he could have built up on that. But I think that was a great pick for them. So I'm gonna keep it short. But those three picks in the draft, I actually really liked at the spots that they were taken at.
All right. My final drive moment. I don't know if you all people that we have a page up. You go check it out. Keep it real sports on Facebook. I also have a Twitter page. But I don't know if you got a chance to see the video I put up about the steal that the Cavs got in the draft. Yo, K Felder. Yo, Kobe, I don't know if you hit the K Felder.
No.
Look up
Yo,
his name.
look him
Y'all
up.
ain't hit the K
Look him
Felder.
up.
That man averaged. I think he averaged 20
came out
or
of
24
Oakland.
points a game, almost 10 assists a game. He's the only player in I was playing college sports to be top whatever, and I'm messing it all the way up. Look up the video. The video's on our page. His stuff, his stats, his background is probably everywhere. They got
Man,
a steal.
yo, the
Like,
man
they
can jump
paid
off
$2
the
million
jet.
for him.
Felder?
My
K.
goodness.
Felder. He's a point guard. So if they and he had, what I'm saying, some dudes. He's only the how he went so far back in the draft, and just basically like people don't really know about him. He's 5'9". So they kind of giving him that slated, what I'm saying, Nate Robinson, Isaiah Thomas treatment that he's short. So therefore, nah. Like K. Felder,
That
if
athleticism to the rest
he
of them
gets
two guys don't compare.
if he gets the opportunity
Really?
with the Cavs, he could do some things. Delhi and free agency, bye. Like, it's
Nah. Don't do that.
Kobe, you gotta see the
Alright.
dude. Like I don't know if he plays the defense that Illadoba does, but K. Felder can be a problem.
I'm
So
looking
that's
out
my
for that.
that's my thing. That was a steal. Like, not like they got him really high or anything. They paid their little $2 million. Got their pick. He makes the team. They're probably gonna throw him chump change. Got you a backup point guard that can come in, and that whole point when Kyrie's out, to have him in is really gonna be no lapse.
Okay.
I'm
All
not
right.
even a fan of the Cavs, but hey. All right, I appreciate you all watching. Like I said, this is keep it real, keep it 100, keep it 100 sports. This is Tyreek Wilson, Miles Bellinger, and Kobe Kelly. Hope to see you all again and view next our next video. Appreciate it. Peace.